There it is. Thank you for love and support. Our all in all, the Savior, the Protector, the Unifier, the Comforter, the King of Kings, the most loved. Colonel Assimi Goïta. Powerful speech on their 64th day of anniversary. According to Colonel Assimi Goïta, they appreciate the armed force, the soldiers that sacrificed their lives to give Mali a better life. We have always had a narrative that we need to depend on other people for us to have our security, our sovereignty, and for our liberty, for protection. But we have realized that there are some people who have sacrificed for us to see a better Africa.
We're celebrating our 104th anniversary. The Army of Mali. An army forged in struggle, in sacrifices, in the unshakable love of our country. A solemn stay. We pay tribute to those who gave their lives to keep Mali alive, who have faced adversity and injustice, in the spirit of solidarity and fraternity that characterizes our great and ancient nation. It's also a time to celebrate our collective strength, a time to reaffirm our determination to defend Mali and its future. This day has a special significance for the Malian army, who, in a context of multiple crises, and in the midst of global geopolitical turbulence, it has established itself as a key player in our country's sovereignty and security. Officer, NCO, military, my fellow citizens, in celebration of our army. A few days after the commemoration of the National Day of Recovered Sovereignty, I like her to inform our opponents, inside and out, that Mali is no longer a predilection for nostalgia for a bygone past with a paternalistic spirit. Mali is free, sovereign. He chooses his destiny with full knowledge of the facts. Whose army was demoralized, humiliated and infantilized, they now present themselves as an important player in the sub-region. Malian army. True to tradition, he led the way in defeating the forces he sought to destabilize our country. His example is now a model for our societies, for our people, whose mobilization alongside the armed forces is a guarantee of success. Officer, NCO, military, my fellow citizens. The Malian army is the spearhead of our fight for freedom, justice and dignity. Thanks to the Malian army, that we were able to turn the tide by regaining control of our territory, repelling imperialist and terrorist forces. Thanks to the army, supported by the people, may Mali stand tall, more determined than ever to carve out her own voice. Ramping up. Over the last few years, we have undergone a profound transformation in human and doctrinal terms. Women's military doctrine, reformed to meet new threats. Thanks to the new impetus provided by the Mali War College, home to its first AIS class. Today's military leaders are more aware of the issues at stake, better prepared intellectually and fully capable of thinking independently, without outside interference. The Armed Forces Organization has been redesigned to ensure greater responsiveness and efficiency in the field. Here we are now trained to the highest standards, and equip themselves with mission-appropriate materials. with a view to consolidating operational achievements of 2024 and looking ahead to further successes. The armed forces and security forces will be fully equipped by 2025. With the establishment of a military industry, we are actively working to set up arms factories, with assembly units for individual and collective weapons, and light tactical gear assemblies, manufacture of civilian ammunition and explosives, to honor our soldiers' sacrifice, falling on the field. Tomorrow we will lay the first stone of a memorial dedicated to their memory. Adapting to new threats. The Malian army will be acquiring new, more sophisticated equipment during 2025. Our military infrastructures, meanwhile, are being modernized. A new operational organization has been established for progress, which ensures a better territorial marriage for a stronger state presence throughout the country, particularly in vulnerable areas. This development has enabled our armed forces to deploy more effectively and act more swiftly to protect our people, and to enable the provision of basic social services throughout our territory. The coming years will be crucial. We have begun to lay the foundations for a sovereign, independent Mali, master of its own destiny. Together, we see a country that no longer suffers, but chooses its path. Malian army is a stabilizing force in that it is a major player in the protection of our state and republican institutions, and a crucible for living together. Officer, NCO, Meta, Durand. My fellow citizens. Today, the Malian army is at the heart of a dynamic of active solidarity. Mali, Puissance fighting. Mali stands in solidarity with African neighbors. We have chosen to strengthen our sub-regional cooperation, to support initiatives that place solidarity and unity at the heart of our security and development strategies. This vision? One concrete example is the Confédération des États du Sahel AIS, which brings us together with our brothers in Burkina Faso and the Republic of Niger. The AIS Confederation. It is fluid with a vision of rediscovered unity, in line with that of our predecessors who understood that Africa had to defend itself and develop together in solidarity and cooperation. Thanks to AIS, we have restored the ideals of the Founding Fathers, a community of peoples who help each other, pool their efforts and stand united in the face of the challenges that threaten it. Within the IS, we have renounced the spirit of solidarity that comes from joining forces to restore our common security. We are coordinating our efforts to respond more effectively to humanitarian crises, the challenge of governance and the economic challenge that affects our peoples. The Confederation of Laws is a genuine pooling of the wills, resources and strengths of nations. Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger. We're building a future together by putting the security and stability of our region first. The Confederation of AIS is a pragmatic response to the problem of our shared space, one that doesn't rely on external solutions. But if concerted action between fraternal peoples, united in the Confederation, we have not only strengthened our military capabilities, but also set an example of regional collaboration that will contribute to the stability and prosperity of the region and West Africa. With IS, we defend a single space occupied by a single people, sharing a common destiny. Officer, NCOs, the state. My dear compatriots, The Malian Army's anniversary. But not only that. An opportunity to pay tribute to our soldiers, but also to reaffirm our commitment to a free Mali. Sovereign and Brazilian. United Africa, thanks to the growing strength of our armed forces and the concrete sovereignty of our Sahel neighbors within the Isles, we are ready to meet the challenges of tomorrow. Mali's future, like that of the whole of Africa, depends on our ability to unite, to support each other and to defend our common interests together. Protected by this vision of solidarity and pooling of efforts, our confederation is ready to play its central role in building an Africa that defends and develops itself. To the Malian Army. To these men and women, I reiterate my trust and gratitude. You are the great guardians of our sovereignty and independence. And you are essential to our nation. Together, we are determined to defend Mali and to fly the flag of our unity and solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Mali and across the continent. Happy birthday to our psychic soldier. Together, we'll make the Malakura. Long live the armed forces. When the business protects the Malians, I thank you.
And we have taken a new path. We are not moving backwards. We have reason to fight and defend ourselves. We will not allow the same people who are giving false narrative, making it look as if Africa can never do anything without them. We depend on them for everything. To let them understand that this is a new dawn and we have never needed them for anything. We can defend ourselves and do everything for ourselves. And this is to all the soldiers that have sacrificed their lives to give Africa a better place. This message is very deep and very powerful. We have to all come together to support our leaders, the military, those who are sacrificing day in, day out to get us the better Africa we are looking for. Yes, these people have sacrificed for Mali. They've not only sacrificed for Mali, but all Africans. We are stronger together. The narrative must change. The oppressor has always tried everything possible to brainwash us into believing things that do not exist. Now we are seeing a new leadership. And this leadership is telling us who we are and what we are capable of doing. The time of the false narrative that we can never do anything for ourselves and we are good at nothing is a thing of the past. We have what it takes to make Africa a better place. We have seen the AES, and this organization has come to strengthen and give us the hope that we have lost. They are there to give us the courage that we need to fight, even though it's not going to be easy. But these people that are going to be in the front line are those that we are saying thank you. Our military that have decided to love Africa, not to sell the continent for anything. We say thank you for being in the team, for also realizing how important it is for us to unite and fight for a common goal. We couldn't have done it without you. We, the civilians, don't have the strength, the know-how to fight. All we can give to you is our support. Without you, we are nothing. Just as you have been patient with our leaders, Captain Ibrahim, Traore, Assimi, Goïta, and Abdurrahman Chiani, we continue to urge you that you continue to have the spirit, the strength, the loyalty for the mother continent. Whatsoever you are doing, you are not doing it for the leaders. They are only the leaders in front. But this battle is not for you. It's for all of us and the mother continent. We praise you. We say thank you. And please, don't get tired. We know it is difficult, it is not easy, and we have you at heart. Please, this is the time we are expecting all of you, as soldiers, to have faith and be strong, so that with you by our side and in front, Africa will be liberated. Just as we are always remembering Thomas Sankara, Muammar Gaddafi, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, it's the same way we'll remember you. The generations to come and the present one will always be grateful to you for the sacrifice that you have made. Those that have lost their lives in this journey, may your souls rest in peace for fighting a good cause. And those who still have the intention of selling the continent, we say, come back home. What they will give you can never survive you and your generations forever. But when we team up and unite and fight for the betterment of Africa, the rest of your generations will never suffer. And they will remember you for the sacrifice you have made. United we stand, because our strength lies in our unity. Please, let's help share this message so that we can keep educating our people. When we are free, we can train and give a better life and a better mentality and a mindset to our children and the young ones to come. So that's the latest around the world. In Africa, West Africa, and in Mali,